r/AskReddit, what's the worst thing you've been caught in the act of? Falling car video. I got caught jacking it by my sister when I was like 14. I got caught by my dad jacking it when I was 24. It was 100% worse when you are older. It's just pathetic. Ugh, I'm almost 40 now. It still fucking kills me. Lifetime memories, it's always the awkward/bad ones that stick. 6 years overdue on the next caught act. That's why I always jack off while running. This way no one can catch me. As a woman it's easy to pretend you were just scratching an itch. My sister-in-law when I was 13. She walked into my room, I was naked, hand full of Vaseline, little hard penis in full view. I did the best to cover myself. She sat down on the edge of my bed and made small talk. No mention of the elephant in the room. 10 long minutes later, she left. Never mentioned it again. Wild. What the fuck? That's a wild reaction to catching your 13-year-old brother-in-law jerking off. Presumably she was an adult. Walking to a house party with a case of beer. Cop pulls up and asks for my ID. I was 20, 2 months away till my 21st birthday. He makes me open and pour out every single beer down the gutter, and gave me an MIP. What an asshole. My mom caught me sticking my dick in the vacuum cleaner hose when I was like 12. Horrific. Gambling. Seriously, when people know you have a problem and they see you gambling secretly, it's insanely embarrassing. Especially if you have ever borrowed money from them before. Luckily I never got to a point where I got in debt or owed some friend/family member more than 50, but still, I know people who got ruined by it, and as someone who has gambled a lot I find it sad and also embarrassing. Sex on the living room floor by her very conservative family, which included young siblings. OMG, the horniness ran deep. I got caught smashing like 4 free pastries in the break room at work. I was poor and starving and the guy who walked in was like, whoa ah. When you said smashing I thought you meant you were fucking the pastries, LMAO. You're just making use of your work benefits. Free food to the underpaid office worker is essential as health insurance. When I worked at a coffee shop my boss let me take all the soon to expire stuff home and didn't care. Removed. Oh god, did you ever talk about that with your aunt after? I would move states after that. OMG, when I was about 12 I had a wank in the bath just before I got out. My mum came in and said work had rang and that she needs to get ready to set off. She batted the water with her hand so it would go down faster. Something wrapped round her hand and she screamed, "You what's that?" I just said I sneezed. And ran downstairs. I couldn't look at her for weeks after and it still haunts me. I was caught using a back massager as a vibrator when I was 10 by my aunt. Luckily she never said anything to my mom. I would have ended up in a Bible prison camp or something. I got caught jerking it, I thought, but the person who caught me didn't act surprised or anything, so maybe I was quick enough to cover up. But I still feel like they saw what they saw and just didn't want to address the issue. They knew. I wasn't caught, but I did catch my brother going to town on himself to a photo of one of my friends. I was caught my vibrator at 15 by my dad. Spread eagle and in the middle of finishing. Oh god. Well, that is as bad for him as it is you. That is not something you want to see as a dad. In our defense, it was after midnight on a cruise ship on the top deck in a canopy, but we were definitely fucking and dude popped out of nowhere with his kids. It was stormy out and we'd convinced ourselves we were good. That's not that bad. Sex on a cruise ship is pretty standard. Jerking it to sister porn by my sister. What are you doing, stepbro? My mother walked in on my buddy and I standing in front of her mirror flashing our dicks to each other and telling each other to feel our ball sacks. We were probably about 12 to 13 then. We're both in our 20s now and I don't know if he remembers it, but I cringe every time I think about it. My mom sure as hell remembers it. LOL. I was embarrassed as fuck when we got caught. I read this as the porn was made by your sister, but now I hopefully realize it was just your sister seeing you watch porn of other people with their sister. Right? I have to know what happened. Smoking weed in the freezer at a grocery store I used to work at? Maybe good somebody found you, because Reddit taught me many people die trapped in commercial freezers. Playing strip poker with my ex. Who caught you? That's wild. I feel like this is a pretty classic one, but I was having a wank when I was 13 and wondering why the sound wasn't working on my phone, so I was confused trying to turn it up and down, just thinking my phone was broken. Turns out it was hooked up to the Bluetooth speaker my mother and extended family had while they were BB'ing. Yikes. Electronics got you. Making my Barbies have sex when I was 10. Jacking off for a group of girls by one of the girls' moms. *edit. It's clear by the first reply this comes across a certain way. I was young when this happened, same age as the girls, so there is no inappropriate age issue. Good lord, I walked right into that. He absolutely remembers it. Wait, what? Damn, they asked Teen You to demo for them. I've been caught stealing money from my mother purse. Sending my girlfriend nudes of me jacking off. Well, this is far enough down I don't expect to be seen, but when I was new to noticing my genitals, I did this thing where I pushed my ball skin into my butthole, and my brothers once called me out on it, so that's a thing. Couple of questions. Do your balls hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your balls hang low? The night before our wedding, my wife caught me with her wedding ring in my mouth. I had been using it to scoop peanut butter from the edge of the jar because it fit into the grooves just perfectly. She looked at me funny during the ceremony when I put it on her finger, but hey, I still got laid that night. LOL. What? Wow, I see why you married her. Something about this one just takes the cake. I'm just wildly curious your thought process. Are you just not wasteful? Or do you really love peanut butter? So I fart usually around the time I wake up. That moment when you are almost awake but just turn around for a few minutes of extra sleep. So in my own house it's no problem, but I was 19 and at a sleepover after a party, sleeping on the living room couch with another guy and about 5 girls in the same room. I woke up 4 of them with the loudest fart you can fart after a night of drinking, the rest were already awake. This girl I met that liked me called me up video chat, with her friend while I was in Europe. I'm with my friend's family in the car and they are flashing me titties and asses. Then they tell me to show them my dick multiple times. So I'm in the car and cannot, so they say send a picture, so I send a nice dick pic. She doesn't open it for 2 weeks on Snapchat, then opens it, tells me I'm gross for sending a dick pic, then blocks me. I was caught having sex with my then girlfriend by her daughter of 8, we always closed the door but she had a habit of just opening the door and entering without knocking. This happened more than once. It was kind of embarrassing to be honest because you don't know what to say to a kid at that age. Did they laugh? This is gonna be put on TikTok with Minecraft parkour. My god, could you imagine someone walking in on you making one of those? I'd just take the quick way out at that point.
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.